Yes.
How does this?
Can you hear me, right? Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine now.
So I was just thinking about how men, especially men in Canada, are very reluctant to like start up anything with ladies. Most likely, I mean, most guys would definitely want to like pull back on the basis of, you know, how favorable abroad is for the ladies compared to the guys.
The reason why Nigerian guys, I'm going to call you shocked, but the reason why Nigerian guys are scared is because they know that they want to be able to mess up and get away with it.
Exactly. They are
Well, not all
you
guys.
guys were sport for choice in
Not all
Nigeria.
guys.
You do it and you get away with
Not all
it.
guys.
Why will you be scared to commit to someone if you know that you are there for the long run?
Exactly.
I would answer that question.
Because by default, you were sport for choice, which is not a bad thing. But if you find someone and you say you want to stay with that person, someone was saying stuff about vows in the first live that you did.
Mm-hmm.
The person kept saying, when you make a vow, you make a vow. So
you make
a vow. So if you choose that, this is my person, this is who I want to be with. Why are you scared?
Okay, let's
talk about. Okay, now come back to Nigeria where the laws don't favor the person. See how we are being treated.
Now let's talk about the ladies that specifically wait for their husband to bring them abroad, and on getting abroad, they become something. Now
that one is another case.
Yeah.
That one.
Please, sorry, why to cut you guys short? Can I say something? Because I've just been observing. And I just feel like it's more one-sided. Even if I'm a lady, sorry, I'm talking this way. I'm not really feeling so strong, and my loves, I'm sure you're aware. So I feel I've been so one-sided. Like I'm a lady as well, and I feel we're so one-sided when it comes to this thing, because basically, what works for Mr. A or works for Mrs. A is not necessarily what's gonna work for Mrs. A. It's life is like is what you make out of it. Do you understand me? So the fact that something is playing out a certain way for you might not necessarily be the same way it's playing out for the other person. Excuse me. So you have to give people grace. When Vero was talking about, sorry.
Like, can you put that in context? I hear you, but I really don't understand.
Yeah, can you let me finish what I was saying so you can ask your question? So when I heard Ben Rose talking about him being shy and all of that stuff, and he's a human being. As a human being, you don't choose how to act at a particular time. It's inborn, like it's innate. So you can be that person that even you might not be particularly a shy person, but for that particular girl, you just have this soft spot. You're just shy because you just feel like, can I address this girl? You might be a man, as someone said, a masculine man. I don't know what that is. All men are men if they choose to take up that position or they choose to follow their innate character. But if you meet a girl and you're shy or you are behaving a certain way, that means you just want to maybe 80% of the time it's just because maybe that girl, can I address this girl? Can I talk to her at this point? I'm in church, like all the reasons he gave. So what my own take on the whole thing is, I believe it's what works for you, do it. I don't believe in advising people do this or don't do that, because I can advise you on what works for me, but it might not necessarily work for you.
You have a point.
So if I say go approach a guy, and you approach that guy, and all fine and good, he is playing his card according to what he knows you want to see. The guys know how to play their card. You will never assume or think or guess that this guy is not what I want in my life. He can play it that bad. Let's say you meet the money man, in quotes, masculine man, that is going to play it that bad that you won't even know. And it gets to that point where you are at that bridge. Let us cross it. And you cross it, and all of a sudden, voila, all the
skills.
What did they call it? All the skills on your eyes will open. Like, so I just believe it's not even about some couple will come and say, we've been in this marriage for 50 years, and well, it's been sweet, it's been splendid, it's been God sent. And those people didn't necessarily start off well. So people will come and say, well, I've been in this marriage 2 years now, and we dated for 5 years, or we knew each other and it was all I wanted, but we divorced. You know, so I just believe is do what works for you and pray that it pans out well. And I don't believe in also putting men or women in a particular box of saying.
I agree with you. So no stereotypes. So I'm trying to. I get what I'm trying to. Okay, so you're saying that do what works for you, but we also know that there are also societal connotations and mentality that are attributed to certain societies. So as much as you say do what works for you, like how will I know that shooting my shot at a guy will work for me? Especially when I know that in the society that I am, or in the society where I grew up, like Nigeria, it is seen in a certain way when you shoot your shot at a guy.
Okay, can I answer that question? So I'm gonna.
Well, let me answer that question.
Let me answer the guy.
Let me just say something.
Let me something before you say sorry.
I just finished talking. So, if I'm to answer that question, I'll tell you that still do what works for you. If you feel you're someone that's going to take it, like how will I put it? If you're someone that's going to take such a decision, you should have an open mind. You should not be rigid. Oh, if I reach out to this guy and he talks to me, say, no. It doesn't necessarily have to boil down to you guys being in a relationship or going down. It can boil down to you guys being friends. It can boil down to you guys, networking. It could boil down to you guys doing something off what you originally planned to do.
Okay.
So just do what works for you. If you want to reach out to someone, you can reach out to the person. You don't know what it's going to. It's just like when you're applying for jobs. You don't apply for one job. You apply for different jobs, right? But you don't know the particular one that is going to click. No matter how you estimate it, that this particular employer is like he's going to like my CV because this is what he expects of it. But it might just be that random employer that you don't even feel you are up to standard and you get the job. So I feel is do what works for you. There's no dictionary encyclopedia or whatever they call it that you use in relationship, marriage. It doesn't work. Aside from the Bible.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments. The comments are just
right.
Anyway, let me just jump on it. So you guys made a very good point, and sometimes I think men actually talk from their own experience too, right? If you ask me from my own experience, I might be tempted not to give a very good comment about ladies too, because I've had my own fair share of bad relationships.
All of us too.
I'm not a married man, but to be honest, when I look at the gender, I sometimes I don't want to use the word gender, but when I look at how ladies behave, when I look at how ladies behave, it's a very different thing entirely. Like, let's be honest. I have been in that situation. I don't want to put myself on the spot, but it looks like I'm using myself as an example almost every time. Anyways, I've had situations.
You are the guy here. Yeah. Commissioner Mide, do you want to join? Any other guy can join, so that we don't put you on the spot. But I feel sorry.
Let me just continue with that. So when at some point, like there was a time in my life where a lady reached out to me. A lady reached out to me in my DM, and
sorry.
We became.
The comment.
I know. I'm trying not to focus on the comment. So honestly, he might have his point. That's why I wanted him to talk initially, because when he starts talking, you might.
No, he has his points, but I appreciate people who have their points. Your points don't have to tally with my points, but you are able to say, like, respectfully, say your points. Like, I don't want a situation whereby we come on here, or I bring him on here, and then he's attacking women. No, I wouldn't take that. That's not the point of this thing. The point of the
we're just sharing ideas and opinions.
Anyway, so like I was saying, So I've been in a situation whereby a lady reached out to me, and
somebody said, sorry. Somebody said, please allow Oluwashola. Let's hear him. People want drama.
I really want to know his experience. It might be from his experience.
Maybe we should let him.
Sincerely, I want him to come in. Just let him just say
drop.
something.
Who wants to drop? I'm not going to say anything.
I don't mind dropping for you. I'll drop.
All right, drop. No, before you drop, let him send a request. Oluwashola, you can drop your request, but I want to say, if I let you in, you have to be respectful. We are women here, and if you're going to bash women, we're not going to take it. So, if I'm going to allow you join the live, we're going to let you talk. We're going to let you express yourself as much as you can, but please do it respectfully. All right. Where is he? Please send your request though.
Well, I think a lot of guys have issues with ladies, and I can see guys coming up now.
Everybody has issues with everybody. We have issues with
I tell you my fair share of the story. You understand why?
We have issues. You think we don't have issues? We have issues, but we're trying to.
I saw a man standing on this heap of sand in Lagos shouting, "Fear women!" No, with almost naked. One will make a fool stand in the middle of the road. Will make a fully, like a full-grown man stand outside and screaming, "Fair women!" No.
A woman can also do it too, because we can say fair men too. So any gender can do it. Because we have all received breakfast.
You guys need more, because it's crazy. Like, it's kind of crazy when fully grown men cry. They go through a lot of pains because of ladies.
You think women don't cry? You think fully grown men don't cry?
You know what? Bullshit is not gender neutral. I think
it's mutual. It's everywhere.
Yeah, men and women are wicked alike.
Exactly.
So you just take your L and move to the next person. You win some, you lose some. Do you understand?
Exactly.
There's no woman standing on a heap of sand at the junction crying. We just
doesn't mean that there's nobody crying.
Oh, no, we haven't seen your request. I can't invite you. How do I invite you? You need to send a request.
They're always crying. Like, the heartbreak always, they choke. But you take your L and then you move. You
need to send a request, Oluwashola. Sorry.
Yeah, someone said something. Midway said, shooting a shot can show seriousness or desperation.
You get? Just see what this.
Exactly what I said. That was the same point.
That's not the case. The fact that I like you, I might see you at a bar and I am the one that saw you first. I might realize that the chances of you seeing me because you are sitting at a particular corner is low. And I decide to go for it first before I miss my chance. Do you get? One of the longest relationships I've ever had, it was mutual eye contact then. I think I asked for the dance first. Do you get? It was a good relationship as well. So these things, it's not from a place of desperation, or that's a very flawed angle to look at it from. These are the reasons why women do not take the shot.
Exactly, because men think that they're desperate.
Please help Shola enter, I beg.
Right, Shola, you need to go out and come in. Then when you come in, you will see where it says send a request to join Canada Express Entry Girls Live. You need to find a request.
Let's be honest now. I get your point. You're making a very valid point. But at the same time, we need to understand that sometimes we guys also, we don't take it that bad. We don't really take it that bad. It's not as bad as you guys think. Honestly, I've been a recipient. I've been on that receiving end. I think I was telling someone yesterday, in all honest opinion, I've received like a lot of compliments from ladies. Ladies are
okay.
No, good compliments. And it doesn't mean I'm going to trample on them when you reach out, when you say hi, right? When I was young, I'm being honest, when I was young, I don't take such ladies seriously.
Are you old now?
No, but growing up, I'm beginning to see more sense in it, that a lady reaching out to you first doesn't mean she has doesn't mean she doesn't know her worth. It means she wanted it more than you, which means if you actually look at it in foresight, you might actually like her more.
Mide, you're a guy, right? You are in support of ladies shooting their shots.
It might not actually mean that I want it that bad. Sometimes it's just the cruise. Sometimes it's just the vibe. Like, you are just in that moment. Oh, nice guy. Let me talk to him. It's sometimes not that deep, really. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. But now, see the instance you gave that you were, see what you said, right? That you were younger then. So the problem now with that takes us to the crux of this issue. Imagine now meeting a guy that is in that stage of immaturity. We don't have a problem shooting the shots, just that you don't want to shoot a shot to a guy. He hasn't grown up to accepting that, oh, this is a normal thing. And then
exactly, who wants an immature guy who
nobody really wants that, honestly.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring this down to my own community here in Canada. Now, ladies are complaining that they are finding it difficult to get a guy, especially Nigerian guys. Now, understanding the nature of this community, that it's a very busy community, like it's a 24 hours community where people are freaking busy with their lives, right? Now, if you ever get the chance, because I've actually had situations like that in the bus, a lady walks into the bus, I was sitting down somewhere, we had eye contact. I could tell she wants to say something. I also want to say something, but nobody wants to take the shot. So no, it's just like that. It's just like that. So understand that.
Sorry,
I think you will not marry you the way you're going.
No problem.
No, marry you. I know this one. Bero is saying no. Hey, man, you know now. Forget all this one. Bero is saying.
Oh, he's lying.
No, he's not lying. He's not lying.
They lie.
He's not lying. Both of them have their cataract. Their cataract.
You will not marry you, Bero. Every time
Bero, you married. You know I must come and chop rice with you.
No, I want to hear. Sorry, guys. I want to hear from Mide. He's another guy. Mide, you said that you don't have a problem with girls shooting their shots, but what do you think? What's your mentality? Do you think that the girl is desperate when they shoot their shots? Like, what's your mentality when a girl shoots her shots? Please let us know. If you want to comment, please let us know too. But you could also send your answer in the comments. It would be nice to hear from another guy what he thinks when a girl shoots their shot at him.
Let me go.
Right?
I'll still be looking around.
Okay.
Yes.
So I can leave. Actually, I need to prepare for something. So
okay.
I can come now.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if Mide wants to come up or really. I don't know. I just asked him.
Is he coming up?
Okay, let me stay for a few minutes.
He hasn't said. I just asked him a question.
As well.
I just asked him a question. Like, I wanted to be sure he's a guy, right? And then he said he's a guy. And then he said he doesn't have a problem with people, girls shooting their shot. Mide, they're calling you. Mide, come up.
Go, Mide.
This Shola that has been shouting, he wants to join live since I've been begging for him.
I think he wasn't able to figure it out. Like,
he said, I would join. Oh, you want to join with another account? Yeah, sure. Please join with whatever account. Would like to hear from you. Really, like, what is your perspective? What do you think when a girl shoots a shot at you? Do you think that she's desperate? Do you look less of her? Do you think that she lacks esteem? What do you think? And then how does that affect your relationship going forward? Yeah, he has requested. Okay, someone should go. Who wants to leave? Who wants to leave?
I should leave.
All right.
I'll still.
All right. Thanks.
So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. All right. When you leave, I'll accept his request.
Bye.
But me, I believe that, let's be realistic. In Nigeria, Nigerian guys, they'll feel desperate. They'll feel like the girl is desperate.
Exactly.
They'll feel you are desperate. Why is this one? Let's say this one don't do.
Another person is saying, I prefer that a lady shoots a shot. It gives me more strength to carry through, but that if she's my spec. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome.
On this account because I'm offline on that account. I don't want my clients to catch me.
Oh, okay. That's okay. All right. What do you have to say?
Okay, maybe my own perception would be because of my own experience. Because my current partner shot at me.
Oh,
okay.
Look at that.
So
please, let's hear
but she did it, and I kind of I was the one that actually pushed for it.
Sorry.
Because you can't really...
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you short. Is she white or is she black?
She's Nigerian. She's Yoruba.
Thank you.
So how did she go about it? Let's learn.
So basically,
shall I to tell this story first?
So basically, I posted stuff right from time. She's always been replying my stories. Just I didn't know her from anywhere because I have a lot of followers. So just people just always respond. And there was this that asked a question online, and she answered, and I got to discover that her name was my sister's name.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of caught my attention with her. Then she started a conversation from there. But I was the one that now pushed further, because I could have just ended it there. I could have just been answering her and just move on, because a lot of people actually DM me, you know. But she didn't even expect me to do. She was just trying to look like in her terms, she was catching cruise.
Abby?
Yeah, she was just like 50-50. Can enter, I don't enter, but it actually came true, and I pushed for it, you know. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did that affect your relationship? Like, so has it come up in your relationship so far? Have you looked at that in a certain way? Like when you guys quarrel or when you guys have issues, do you look at her in a certain way because of that? Do you like what compared to your other relationship where you shot your shot, right? So what would you say? Do you think it has affected your relationship? Be honest, please.
Has it affected? Yeah, it's not. Well, it would have affected if she was the one that actually pushed through. So I reciprocated the energy, you know.
So this is the 1% we were referring to, the ones that actually like you back and are mature enough to navigate the dynamic of this situation.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why. So maybe if I didn't give her the energy back, and she was the one that kept on like, pushing for it to happen, maybe that would have been a problem. But the fact that I also like reciprocated and put in effort to make it work, you know, so that has not been a problem for us, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So why do you think that, so you think that you guys don't just like people who are...
So for me, I feel like women don't have it easy. It's not a balanced world. I feel like it's not fair the fact that guys can see somebody and like that person and go for it. And if
to ask her
ladies like if I have like as a babe, I have a spec that that guy is my spec. Why can't I go for? What if he doesn't see me or notice me? You know, like me, like the odds that I would have met my partner right now were very slim, because you know I wasn't following her on Instagram, but she saw me first. You know, and it was coincident that she matched what I wanted as well. But she saw what she wanted and she went for it. But it's so unfair that guys can have easily decision power to choose who they want, because sometimes I feel ladies settle because of that.
Yep.
Because they only choose from the options that come to them. They don't choose from the whole ocean. Exactly. But guys can pick
exactly
from the
what
ocean.
They want.
Yes. You see, another distinguishing factor for you, I think, is how objective and exposed that you are.
Exactly.
You know,
I'm listening to him talk, and I'm like, okay,
you can see where his mind is at.
I can see where his mind is, because the average man wouldn't say certain things that you said, wouldn't acknowledge. They may know it, but they will not acknowledge openly to say, I think ladies find it difficult. I think, it's a man's world, so to speak, right? So I can see where your mind is at. It made it easy for you to be able to navigate that whole situation, and you're not looking down on the girl who shot her shot at you. You're not looking at her because, but not every guy I don't know what it is, but the average Nigerian man sees the girl who approaches him first as, okay, who are you?
Remember when I made the point that you might actually be the one that saw the person first, and the chances of him seeing you are very slim. So if you don't move your feet, if you don't put your best foot forward or whatever it is, just make the move, the person might never see you, and that chance might just pass forever. But then you don't do it at home. Don't do it with Nigerian guys. No. Because most of them are not in this headspace.
Yeah.
That is just the truth. Most of them, this is just like 1% out of the specimen, how do they say it? Out of the sample that actually have their head screwed on right.
And regardless of the fact that you're in diaspora, regardless of the fact that, are you in diaspora or you are in Nigeria?
I'm in diaspora.
Okay, regardless of the fact that in diaspora, there are still guys in diaspora that still have that at-home mentality.
Someone in the comment section said he's from a place of desperation, and what was the other word?
Of course.
It's really not that deep. It might just be cruise. I'm just trying to catch.
No, but can I say something? Even with him, can we recognize the fact that he said that if she went on further to keep shooting her shot and he did not give the same energy, maybe he won't take her seriously. So that's also that same thing, right? It's the same thing. Like, what is wrong with me liking somebody? Yes, the person doesn't show me the energy, and I'm persistent, just the way guys are to girls. What is wrong with that?
It's just the society we live in.
It's the culture.
It's the society.
So when you now persist, it now puts meaning to that word that they are saying. They won't see it as, oh, when a man is being persistent, he's going for what he likes. But when a woman is being persistent, she's desperate. So you have to acknowledge those dynamics in our own society. It will just be wired that way. It's default. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So just when you are treading in those lines, you have to have all those things at the back of your mind.
Yeah.
So
when I say that's the problem, you guys have problems with Nigerian guys. No, because a lot of you, we don't just have problems with Nigerian guys.
We know how you were brought
up. It's because
we
are Nigerians.
But have you guys experienced
as Nigerians first?
Have you
before speaking as Canadians or whatever? Abby?
Okay, so he just asked a question. He said, have you guys experienced it or we're just assuming? So have you shot your shots?
Exactly.
Personally, when I shot my shots, it went well.
Me, when I shot my shots,
because
boom, boom,
he was also because he was also of people like you could, like, in the tenure of that relationship, you could tell that, okay, this person has attained that level of maturity, not just with relationships, but he has taken time to unlearn things that, you know, would limit him in certain areas. But then that is for me that had it well. I also have friends that have shot their shots, and, you know, maybe we had to, like, assist you to carry your chest home, because what was that?
Oh yeah, I tried it. Like, I told you guys my story, and I took my L when I noticed that I wasn't getting the same energy.
Yeah.
So I think that a girl who is brave enough to shoot her shot should also be brave enough to step back.
Comment section, say, I chop breakfast, die. It's not easy, and when you take that L, that rejection for the first, you don't want to try it again.
Yeah.
You don't want to try it again.
Yeah.
Because you could just actually be nice. If it doesn't go well as well, okay, maybe I've shot my shot at you and you don't really think, because it's not by force. The fact that I shoot my shot doesn't mean you must date me or whatever.
No.
But sometimes your reception towards me when I come to you, I wouldn't come to you. Maybe I think it's just that item that I do. I wouldn't come to you. I wouldn't walk up to you.
So you actually do the item.
I would look at you and look at you like, hello, I'm looking at you, dear. I will look at you. I'll hold the stare so that you know that, okay, I'm not just passively looking. It didn't happen by chance. Do you understand? So when I do that, maybe like twice, that is enough to tell you that if you walk up to me, I'll be very nice to you. But then on the other hand, back to topic, right? Sometimes I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah. There are people are talking in the comment. Where say you have this eye they are talking about?
Yes,
but you know,
I will have to show you.
But you know, guys,
so that
guys to get like rejection, and we move on to the next. So I don't know why.
That's what I was trying to say.
Vice versa.
So the rejection.
No. Someone said, let me answer that question. Sorry, guys. Someone said in the comments. Someone said women are overthinkers. You know, women are overthinkers. So most women, I don't know where the point was going to, but I want to pick up that overthinkers. Now, so because we are overthinkers, and then because we analyze, a lot of women analyze things. It just happens that if I notice that you are not giving me the same vibe, I will just either recoil. I'll recoil. And then I'm like, okay, I won't do it again in my lifetime. Now, it takes maturity to be able to say, well, this one, I lost that one.
You lose some.
You win some, you lose some. You know, I don't know that I have done it after that, though. But maybe now that we're having this conversation, maybe I should go into some of these Remi's DM.
I was saying, we better come back there. So I was saying I have lost my train of thought, right? But I'm going to pick it up now. So most times, right? You, after doing your looking, if it's the stare that works for you, or if it's walking up to the man that works for you, whichever one that works for you. After
DM.
Whichever one, whether it's DM or physical walk up to
DM is easier. Send your message.
Or you do him, you give him the wink, the eyebrows, whatever it is that works for you.
He said DM is easy because you can unsend your message. I like that.
Unsend and unfollow. So most times, right, you take your L and then you move on. But then the way the guy even receives you, like, the reception matters. The fact that I was saying that the fact that I show you green light doesn't mean it's compulsory. I might not be your spec. Do you understand?
Exactly.
What I'm just doing,
and you may not be my spec eventually.
Yes, and you might be my spec physically, but then when we start talking and I see that your this thing, nothing is inside, I might not even want it anymore. Do you understand? But where I was going was sometimes reception matters. I walk up to you, you're not feeling it. It doesn't mean you should be rude or standoffish. Sometimes great friendships are born from things like that. It doesn't have to end in, it doesn't have to end in you are my ex or I dated you or whatever. You can start talking to somebody and you guys even end up doing business. If it's not business, you end up doing
just as I said earlier.
And then you just become great friends. And I don't know, I know people I know girls that do not have male friends. Like all the friends they have is that it's relationship or nothing, you know. And I'm not of that
like
kind of
me.
I have a lot of male friends. Yeah,
you can meet your husband from
friends.
them.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I said you can meet your husband from them.
I didn't get that.
You can meet your husband from them.
My dear, you never know. So
but I also feel like I think we should, maybe another topic would be friend zoning, and that's another. We have so many topics lined up, but maybe that whole friend zoning thing, and when a woman already sees you as their friend, they may not necessarily have that interest in you. We can talk about that later. But yeah, let's stick to topic. I'm gonna read some comments. You guys can continue talking while I read comments, and then we can talk about more. So if you don't like the guy, what type of argument?
My own question would be, I mean, you already let us know how it has worked out for you, but considering, I mean, you know how our own Nigerian community is this something you advise women to keep trying, or
it can fuck with you? It can fuck with you, really.
Do you get?
Especially
my own, I stand on my resolve. I rather chew jeans. No. If you don't see the eye,
I rather chew jeans. So what? Let him answer. So would you advise women to?
It's tricky because because I don't know, me, I'm a very selective person. So if I was a lady, I don't want to just be limited to the options that come to me. Like I said. Because you are limited to only every guy that comes to you. Is he your spec? Is that your? You
just feel like there's a potential.
There are potential.
That's a very valid point.
That's a valid point. Yeah. So I like that, and this is encouraging me. This is motivating me.
Because you don't like to just settle. Because most times I've seen babes settle.
You guys will be surprised. Siege went Kuleremi. You guys are saying don't go to Kuleremi. When I tell you,
no, but the thing is that sometimes you should be realistic with some things too. You know, it's far away. You don't know going to come back. No, it's not going to come to where you are. That you're in diaspora. It's in Nigeria. It's going to work.
There was this actress, Nigerian actress. Apparently, I don't know if there was a particular chocolate she likes. She posted it on her live. Idima. And she posted it on her live or something like that, and she was like, she really wants this particular chocolate. Her husband today sent down that chocolate to her.
Exactly. I saw that story. Now think about it.
She's a babe, or her own.
No, think about Osi Ukeje. You said diaspora. Osi Ukeje eventually got married to someone in Canada. Osi Ukeje.
He moved for love.
Osi Ukeje.
He moved for love.
I don't know whether he's been off and on, right? But he's an actor.
So go for it.
So
go for it. Go for it. But just go with open mind in case you chop breakfast.
I won't get to the point where it's illegal. Like,
but you know what? Another thing is, if you don't try, you'd never know.
Exactly.
Yes. But my loves, I'm here for you. I have my handkerchief here.
You don't have good friends. Why are you bringing handkerchief? You started to say you have flower for her or something. You have Ashwebi money.
No, you guys are mistaken. Look, you guys are getting me wrong.
Money,
No, you don't get. I have gotten to the point where if I shoot my shot, like what is the level of maturity where if I shoot my shot and I see that you don't reciprocate the vibe that I want, I will step back. I will not continue. I won't. No, I will step back. So if I send a message to Schoolie Remy now, and then he says, "Oh, who are you?" Like I get a lot of them. So who are you? And then he doesn't give me the vibe. I will step back, and I will not feel like anything. It will not even affect my self-esteem in any way. I would like no, because I have gotten to that point. But many years ago, I wouldn't. Some years ago, I wouldn't. As a teenager I wouldn't, because I would feel rejected. It would probably affect my esteem. But right now, if I send a message to Idris, not Trevor Noah.
They say shoot aim for the sky. You are aiming for far. Calm down.
Trevor Noah.
See,
dreams come true.
She likes
dreams come true. I am in Canada today because I only dreamt. So you never know.
You never know.
Wisdom.
You never know. But one thing me I'll say, based on my own relationship journey, I'll say it's best to just try. Yes, it's a journey.
Yeah, JB Lasta.
For some people, they are lucky. The first person they meet, their guy that they're using to do SS3 love, they end up, marrying the person or staying with the person. But some people are lucky like that. Or will I say some people have other paths. So for me, I feel not giving up. If you say you want to give up on shooting your shot because one guy told you doesn't like you, then you might miss the one that is ahead of you. You might just miss. It might not be that the next person you are going to do eyes like this for.
I always say something, right? No matter how much heartbreak I get, no matter how much heartbroken I get, I'm never going to be one of those people that I never love again. Nope. After crying,
love
you pick up yourself and move on. You move.
Until you find that person, everybody has their own somebody, Until you find that person.
Sorry, I want to hear. Sorry, I'm going to JB last. I'm reading the comments so that as we're talking, we should also acknowledge people who are commenting. So JB Lasta said, rejection is normal. It's very okay to. What did you say? So it's very okay to step back. So now I see that you're a guy. What do you think? Do you think that it's okay for girls to, like we've heard from?
I can leave if he wants to join.
Please, I don't think question I want to ask you before you leave.
Okay.
So
I don't think he wants to join, but if you want to join, please let us know if you want to join JB Laster. But we would like to know what you think as well. Like, do you think it's okay for girls to shoot their shot? Do you think it's like it will affect your relationship? We have the guy here who said, sorry, what's your name again? Sorry, let me not stop saying guy. Where is he now?
Mide.
Are you frozen?
His name is Mide now.
Mide, sorry. Mide is frozen now.
That's what. Wait,
Mide, yes.
Mide way.
Yeah, Mide way.
We already agreed that it's okay for other races, no?
Yeah. JB Lassa said, I think it's perfectly okay. Do you think it affects the dynamic of your relationship? Do you think you look at a lady who shoots a shot at you in a certain way? Do you think that she's desperate eventually? Like, I want to understand your where you are, your mind is at, like in terms of how it affects the dynamics of your relationship. Mide here has said that for him, it did not affect the dynamic of his relationship because he took up from the vibe that she gave, and then he also followed through. But he said that if she was persistent and he did not give her that vibe, he would make him look at her in a certain way. So what do you think? JB Lasta said no. No what, please? No what? What are you saying? No. So Melanie, you can ask him your question. I need to turn on my light.
Yeah. Okay. So Mide, this relationship you went to, or you're not? Are you married?
Mm-hmm.
So
you were married.
I think it's okay.
You're married.
We are married.
Wow. I relationship.
No, I said my partner. I didn't want to be like, oh, because you're married, that's why you're talking like this. I wanted to be.
Why were we not just talk the right? God.
We'll the fact that you're married.
Yeah, we're married.
No, you're doing inspiration.
Yeah. So, Mide, I would like to ask. to be sincere, just be sincere with us. Like this, like the way you guys met and all of that stuff. In like 5 years ago, would you have made such a decision to be with somebody that shot or whatever? Were you in that headspace? Because it's possible for someone to be in different headspaces at different time. I'm younger. I feel I have I can have different girls. When I get older, so I think I want to be more cool-headed and have conversations.
So I think
let him answer. I'd like to hear.
I think it's the point. So 5 years
Sorry,
ago,
you're cutting out.
Okay.
Sorry, you're cutting out. Is it for me?
It's not.
Sorry, you're cutting out. You're cutting out a bit.
Network.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah. So I said it depends on like the stage in life we are in. You know, everyone has different stages in life. Me 6-7 years ago might not be in support of this. Yeah.
So it all boils down to maturity.
Yeah, exactly. So 6-7 years ago, I did an interview with Ebony Life, MMNZ, talking about long distance relationships. I was kind of not in support of it, but my marriage is born out of a long distance relationship.
Oh, wow.
What would I even call that one?
No, we're going to say, I'm writing down topics that we're going to discuss. So Mide, I hope when we need you to come and give us talks on.
Actually, we actually did a video on YouTube about our relationship, how everything started.
Oh,
wow. But anyways, so as I was saying, it depends on the headspace. 6-7 years ago, like, I did this interview with Ebony Life, and I kind of was not in support of long distance, but the world keeps on changing, and social media is not what it is now. Then, and at the point where I met my partner, I was more serious with life. I was earning more money. That time I was kind of broke. So, when you're broke, there are some things you see.
You might not be thinking straight.
Like when we're dating, like when we started dating, I was still in Nigeria. I used to travel a lot, and that was the point I was trying to move out of the country.
Sure.
So it was easy. So we're like we had similar goals at the time,
Okay.
So it made it easier.
At that time, she was in Nigeria. So you guys met in Nigeria, not here?
No, I was in Nigeria. She was in America.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
wait, I'm going to jump in here.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You told me, I'm not going to tease you, but you told me the first thing why you said I shouldn't shoot myself at Kunle Remi was because he's in Nigeria and I'm in Canada. Which kind of hypocrisy is this?
It's different. It takes a lot to live.
Wait, so if she had DM'd you and she was in Nigeria and you were considering relocating,
guy,
would it have been different?
I know I said this live again.
Yeah, I don't think you would have.
There are some things you're not saying. See why I asked you this question.
What am I not saying?
So
they say your intentions may have been clouded by the fact that she was abroad.
Clouded because you feel the energy you're getting from her is because she's abroad and she's open to having these conversations of shooting shots. But if it would have been Nigerian girl approaching him, it's possible that.
Not even that, because his plans, he already had plans of relocating. And she was abroad.
That's another point of view.
So that may have informed your whatever.
That's right. For me, I'm saying that.
No. Okay, let me give you that.
I like Mide. Mide is not sick.
No, let me give it. Okay, so a backstory to where our relationship started. She bears the same name as my sister. She's a nurse like my mom. My brother is my namesake and is my friend.
You found out those words after
No.
Like that. When you talk to someone, you know their name, right? And you know what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know our mutual. Our mutual is our brother because he's my friend.
Oh.
Do you understand? Okay. So those were the things that like laid the foundation.
Okay, like factors that contributed
to it, because those are cheesy factors.
Okay,
fair enough.
So I came here and we're still dating.
I still don't agree.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came here for school and we're still dating.
I still don't agree.
You still don't
agree because even if let me say something. And that was why I asked you that question. Because I'm so bothered about our Nigerian sisters at home that this conversation is really not just about we in diaspora, but people back home, the way they're perceived, the way people see their relation, like these conversations we're having. It's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to come. I'm supposed to be able to approach who I want to approach, have a conversation and be confident in what I'm saying. And you should be able to say as well, if you want it, fine. If you don't want it, okay, whatever. But now I see that you were answering this lady or conversing with her. You said based on the fact that our brother is close to you. My brother, you had other friends that their brother, other girls that their brother were close to you. Abi, how will I speak that English, my loves? There are other girls that the other guys that were friends with you that had sisters that were beautiful, that were intelligent, that had all the things that you were looking out for.
Sorry, Melanie. Commissioner, I'm trying to also interrupt people in the comment. Commissioner is actually corroborating with what you're saying. So Commissioner is saying that there was basis for your relationship, Mide, and that wait, are you reading the comments, Mide?
I'm reading it.
I can't see new comments.
Me, I can't see new comments. So I don't know if you guys are seeing.
I think you should press it to come up.
I think it's because you've been here for a while. Sometimes when I'm on people's live and I've been there for a while, you'll be able to see. Yeah.
Let me go I think my time here is done.
Oh, why no?
If there's something else, I'll come up. I'm still here.
All right.
So people are saying, JB Star, almost everyone has plans of relocating from Africa to USA, especially if you want more opportunities and a better life. Me, I will accept any shot. So JB Lasta, and you said that if I shoot my shot at you now, you will just accept it because I'm in Canada. So that I assume you are in Nigeria. So now, if I shoot my shot at you, you're not going to accept any shot because I'm in Canada, because you want to come to Canada. And that's the problem. That's why we here now doubt your intention.
It's just a rubbish cycle where men in diaspora, you are scared that, if I take this girl out of Nigeria and I bring her here, like what Inshallah was saying, if I take her out of the Nigeria and bring her here, she's going to fuck up by the time she sees the light. Then you are in Nigeria and you see someone out and you're like, this person is in the light and I want to be there.
So is that the basis of my relationship, you think?
No, I'm not trying to tell you that that's the basics. I am telling you, we are talking about the perceptions. These are perceptions that are real. What is happening in the society is what we're seeing.
No,
and that is.
But you're saying you do not agree with him. So it could be a contributory factor.
Yeah.
Now, Mide, are you going to accept? I mean, I'm not going to force you to accept.
No,
but do you think that because your dreams aligned with the fact that she was already in the diaspora, you wanted to go abroad, and then you see someone from abroad who sent you a message, who's shooting a shot? Do you think at the time, if she was in Nigeria, do you think you would have accepted? Or do you think that contributed? No, I'm not saying it could.
No, so
it's 100%
because I was already planning to leave the country.
Okay.
So talking to somebody abroad is even better because so let's talk to somebody that is in Nigeria when I know I'm leaving Nigeria.
Okay.
So I
agree.
I was planning to come to Canada. Then because the relationship got more serious, I moved there for school. So I just changed my plans from Canada to America.
Okay, and that's okay, right? That's okay as long as that's not your major intention,
no,
right?
But,
and then JB Lasta, okay. JB Lasta, let's hear from you. No, he's actually requested, so he's coming up. So I agree that Mide has been very honest.
Yeah, I'm really honest about it.
JB,
I believe you. I was just trying to ask questions. I believe you 100%.
No,
I wish you luck.
That he has been honest.
I wish you all the best.
How long have you been married? Sorry.
A year.
How long have you been married?
A year.
A year, and that has never come up in your marriage. As it like, does it when it comes up.
We've been together since like 2019. So it's been a while before we got married, and I moved there in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it has come up in your relationship in a negative way? It may have come up in a positive way, like, oh, you're the one that shared. I mean, I don't know how the dynamic was, but do you think it has come up in a negative way whereby you looked at that in a certain way?
No, because I know the effort I put into the relationship as well.
Okay.
There were a lot of investments in travels on both parties. So I know I put in effort. It wasn't like I was just sitting down and she was coming to me all the time, or, you know.
Okay, I get that. I like that. Hi, welcome. What do you have to say?
Hi. So there's a whole lot going on here. Like,
uh-huh.
Let me. I'm not Nigerian. I'm a Cameroonian.
Okay.
And I'm in the US right now.
Okay.
I will start with that point first. She said most guys are scared to invite women over. Like, people have had experiences bringing women over, and they change and just do something else. Like, you're just like, oh, I'm already here. I don't need this guy anymore. You know. Sometimes you don't have to experience it yourself. Other people's experience can give you that information and just feeling everything that's missing, and that, you know, they can help you out in growing too, because you can learn from other people's experience. So fear has always been a factor when it comes to something like that. So it takes like quite a lot for a guy to invite a lady over. And if this guy actually does, that means he actually really likes this female. And also, bro.
Well, what is wrong? What is wrong with inviting a woman over? Like, from your perspective, what is wrong? Like, why does he have to take you to like the person so much? I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just want to hear what you think. What is wrong with inviting a lady over? Like, is it that you are doubting the intentions of the lady? Because why I think that many people are scared is because they're doubting the intentions of the person. Is that your reason?
So, for starters, see, this is the USO. This is diaspora. When people can't make a flip, people change.
When you say change, I'm going to keep cutting you short. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you say change, because I am very, very, very slow to hear Nigerian men abroad when they begin to say women have changed. I feel like it's because women come abroad and know that they have rights, and know that they can actually speak to their rights. And Nigerian men and men who like patriarchy don't like that, just because they are okay with doing certain things that they've been used to doing at home. So when they come abroad and a woman is challenging them, they say the woman has changed. No, the woman just now knows that she has rights.
Yeah.
And it's okay for a woman to know her right. What is wrong with that? So why are you saying?
That's what I'm saying. The rights inspire change in the woman, because the woman knows that she has a voice right now. Like let's say, for example, the US favors a woman more than a man. It's the simple truth.
Most places in diaspora.
I don't know about diaspora, but I'm talking about where I am right now. Like, everything favors a woman more than a man. A woman can just wake up and divorce with you, but she gets half of their property. A woman can just like even in most cases that we have heard of over here, like, because you have rights. I understand that, yes.
And what's wrong with that? What is wrong with having rights?
It's been painted on a very big board that makes the woman so much aware that she doesn't even need a man. I understand that, yes. Women don't need man.
No.
A man is a necessary evil in a woman's life. It's the same thing with men.
Nobody said.
Maybe that is for as you said. Maybe that's for you in US. But basically, I feel equality is equality. Be it in Africa, be it in wherever you are, there has to be equality. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm not talking from a feminist point of view, but if you don't see your wife as your subordinate, why should she come abroad and still not be able to open her mouth?
Well, that's not saying that she should not open her mouth. That's not the idea.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you think that the change that you have mentioned, do you think is positive or do you think is negative?
It's both ways. And it depends on the person and the person's mindset. That's why it's a risk. It's same thing with business. It's all risk, It's the person can either flip or no. It depends on the person's mindset. That's why you just have to trust whoever It's a matter of trust. It's a matter of, hey, I'm ready to take this risk to bring this person over. So it's a matter of self reasoning. You have to think about it, and you're ready to do this or not. It's just the same thing as
okay. So do you think
a woman? Most women calculate more risk ratio to gain compared to men. So men just go shoot their shots because you just want to shoot it. But before a woman opens her mouth and tells a guy, hey, I like you, or gives you a sign, that means she must have calculated everything possible that could go wrong. And
I agree.
Somehow she might be prepared or not. So the thing is just the way it is. Like, it's not wrong for a woman to open up or to have a say. Let's just say diaspora has its own society. Diaspora is a different society. It's a very different society.
So I have a question for you. As an African man, I have a question for you. If a woman shoots her shot at you, right? Yeah. Would it change your perspective of her?
No.
Would it have any effect on the dynamic of your relationship?
I have one question. Well,
the kind of
is there to shoot a shot as a babe in diaspora in Nigeria?
Wait, I'll come to you. I'll come to that question. Let him answer this question, and we'll come to that. Okay, what do you have to say? Sorry, JB Laster.
Okay, I'm gonna use myself as a case study. Okay, when I was back home in Cameroon, I did not really have much. I had nothing. I was just another boy going to school and all that. So I've asked a couple of girls out of this, and they've said no, right? Then I started doing modeling and shit. Like, I started getting myself into fashion and modeling, and I discovered that these girls were coming back. So, for as an African man, the joy that you have, a woman shoots a shot to you. There's joy. That joy is like.
Sorry, I'm laughing. It's just Shola on the comment section.
Sorry, Shola has been here.
It gives us joy when a woman tells us that she likes us, and at the same time,
is that joy transient? So that's what I'm gonna. Is it temporary? Does that joy lead to you having a good relationship with the person? So I'm asking. So is it just some feels because somebody has shot a shot at you, you just feel good, and that's it? So how does it affect the dynamic of the relationship? Like, do you now look down on her eventually? That's my question.
It makes me look higher of myself. It makes me feel like, hey, someone likes me. I feel good. I feel good about myself. And
Thank you.
It goes two ways. It also goes two ways. It's the same thing with a woman. If a guy tells a girl she likes her, the girl will feel good about herself, right? Now it depends on the girl. To like, hey, is this guy my preference or not? Or is this guy Massa, this guy is just another guy, So we have preferences. We saying yes depends on our preferences. And it also depends the guy's mindset. So everything works with the mindset. Who this person is, the person's personality, Is this guy a good person, or is this guy a bad person? Is this guy a toxic person or not?
Yeah, it depends on the maturity level of the person. I agree, because I know that there's certain guys that there's certain guys that I know that once I shoot my shot, the first response or the second response already tells me, "Hey, girl, back off." I think I know that, and it has to do with my own maturity level as well. So maybe some years back, I wouldn't even try. But right now, if I try and then you sound somehow, I'll just take a step back, and that's okay, right? But I'm saying that as guys, will you advise that this is a trend? Do you think that generally it should be something that women should do?
For me, any woman should be free to air her mind to any man. If you like somebody, you can tell the person, but
somebody has requested.
You just have to put in mind that there's no guarantee. that you get what you want.
What about my question? Don't forget my question.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, sorry. What's your question? Your question says,
is it easier to shoot your shots in diaspora or at home?
So I will say I haven't had the best dating experience in the diaspora because for the guys that I've also met, because I lived in America for about 4 years, and the guys that I met in America at the time when I was there, they had even worse and more crude mentality than guys back home. So I never even tried. The only time when I have tried shooting shot in quote is on dating apps. So I am on Bumble, and Bumble is such a way that the woman, even when guys like you, the woman has to send a message first. So I have done that. I don't know that it changed anything for me because even when I do that and I see that you're sounding somehow, I will ghost you or I will stop chatting. So I have gotten to my own confidence level where whether it's abroad or whether it's Nigeria, if I like you and I want to shoot my shot, I will shoot my shot and I wouldn't really care much. So I don't know, anybody can answer, Melanie, do you think it's easier to shoot your shot abroad or in Nigeria? I don't know if I was in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria 8 years ago. I don't remember I don't know what it is now, what the dating scene is like now. But 8 years ago, when I was in Nigeria, I don't think I would have tried or attempted shooting my shots. I don't think I would have. This is just me.
To answer the question, I would say, personally speaking for myself, if I want something, I'll go for it. That doesn't mean I won't snap out of it. That's me. I could want something so deadly right now. Like I want this thing. And the next minute, I really don't want that thing. Because I've seen it won't serve me. It won't serve me for a long term. I've weighed the person. I could have been the person to shoot the shot, but I see this person is not going to serve me. I cut the person off, or maybe I just keep the person as friends. That's me.
And this is my advice to girls. So my ladies on here, that's the thing. I think that you should get to the point where when you shoot your shot and you see that it's not serving you, take your L and leave. The point where it begins to turn into heartbreak and tears is when you shoot your shot, you're seeing that the person's not giving you the same energy. You are
seeing that this is not who you want to be for the rest of your life. Because the person might be in love with you back. Just you shot his shot, and the person now is reciprocating it, but you're not seeing some other things in that person that you don't want in your future husband, or you, because you are not just being in a relationship for those relationship. Then you just be friends with the person. You will not need to go into relationships. Do you understand?
So, exactly, and yeah. So yeah, if you, I would say shoot your shot though. Me, I don't know that it's something that I would do on a regular. Except I really like the guy like Trevor Noah, like Kule Remy, like.
So you're shot tonight, Abby. You're shot tonight.
Don't worry, you still see invite. You see Siege words Kule Remy or Siege words Trevor Noah. You see it on the page. You see that my shot worked.
I think I should leave for Shola because I feel like Shola is really opinionated. He said he'd rather have
a be married. Please, can he just join? Please, I'm begging.
Okay, Shola, where is he? Did he request? Shola, did you request? Shola, join now. Send a request. Okay, someone can leave so that he can send a request. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I wish you good luck in your marriage.
Yeah.
Please, still, if you can still be here, right? And leave comments if you want. No, but I really appreciate your input. Thank you. Oh, someone has left actually.
Love to your wife.
Shola is not requesting. Shola, you're not requesting now.
Oh, Shola, don't do this so.
He said I didn't see the request button.
Then who's Joy Meti?
Oh yeah, Mide. Someone is saying that you should stay here so that you can counter Shola's point. Mide has left. Gbero, you're requesting to join. Gbero, hold on. Let's get Shola in here. Shola,
you have to request. She can't request you. You have to request her.
You have to send a request. So, you would see when you go out of the live and come back in, you will see where it says send a request to join. Click on that, and then I will be able to let you in. I cannot request you. There's no way I can request you. You need to send a request. I mean, you guys, is there a way I can add him?
I think there's a way you can add him, but I'm not so sure.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know how. Like you have to send a request. Everybody wants to hear you speak, so that we can let you speak. There's no way I can. Let me see. Let me see if I can look for you and add you. Okay. Let me see.
If you click on the number of people that are in part, is there no way you can?
He said I should add as moderator. If I add him as moderator, let him know.
He will take over your feed.
Wait, let me try to see if I can add it. I've clicked on add.
Somebody, Ayomide say Shola most wanted.
Shola, please send a request, because if I add you as moderator, it means that you'll be able to remove us from the live and all. So send a request, Shola. Everybody try adding me. There's no way I can add you. So
check your list and see request to join.
It just says add as moderator. Oh, I should add him as moderator. Okay, let me see. If he takes us off my own live, that's the end.
No, you can add. You can enter again now. You will have to leave.
Okay.
I just want to hear what he.
I've added you. Oluwalo Shola, the floor is yours. I've added you. I've added you as a moderator.
We are sailing on deep waters.
Oluwalo Shola, I already added you. You didn't see the request button?
Joy says she's scared.
You are a moderator, so why are you not here? You are a moderator, so why is I added you already? You didn't see anything?
It's all.
Sorry, I don't know how to help you anymore.
See, unfortunately, I can't. How now? How is this possible? What kind of phone are you using?
It's painful you can't join. Yeah. So what you can do is go out of the live, come back in. It's like Shola is an imposter. Go out of the live, come back in, and then request to join. Because once you join a live, immediately you join, you would see send a request to join. So go out of the live and then come back in.
Go out of the live and come back in.
And then come back in. Then you will see send a request to join.
Then click on it.
Just do that again. You will see send a request to join. Then you will click on it. Once you click on it, it automatically sends the request to me. I know about that, but I'm not seeing it. Then maybe switch off your phone and come back. Maybe that would help.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so guys, for those of you who are just joining, we've had like a very interesting conversation on shooting your shots, dating in the diaspora, what you think. Is it okay for a lady to shoot their shot at a guy? Yeah, someone is saying, oh, Shola, can you see a camera with plus sign? Yeah, if you see a camera with a plus sign, you just need to click on it. Oh, I think he's here. Oh,
are you sure?
No, it's Guerrero. It's Guerrero. Someone said, please, let's continue. Oh, I see you're enjoying.
Yeah, enjoying the gist.
I see you're enjoying the gist.
Oh, my God. Shola has been entertaining me in the chat box.
Yeah, I've seen you've been laughing there.
I've laughed my throat out.
Shola
is a legend.
Shola has chopped breakfast left, right, and center.
That was why I wanted him to come up and let's hear what he has to say. To be honest, he might. So
Joy Mercy, you said, please, let's continue. You come up and continue.
Joy, we have request now. I've been seeing your comments since as well.
Request and Joy. Come and talk. Geez. Have you shot your shot
Honestly,
at a guy?
I love to this life.
Yeah, so funny.
Shola, you're not requesting. Sincerely, I left my bed to sit on the chair. This is so strange. So, Joy, have you shot your shot as a guy? You don't see any. Okay, so what do you see on your screen?
What are you seeing?
What do you see on your screen?
Well, so how have you been able to send messages?
I'm just tired.
Exactly. So what do you see on your screen? You are sending messages. What do you see on your screen? In where it says add a comment, to the right of the screen, what do you see? What do you see? So to the right of the screen, you would see 4 symbols. You will see one with a camera and a plus sign. You will see a head symbol. You'll see another one that has question mark. You'll see another one like a flight or something, like a kite. So the first one. Sorry, I can't check my DM right now. Shola.
God is avoiding Shola's drama.
Shola, sorry, I can't check my DM right now. If you cannot join, unfortunately, there has to be 4 symbols. The first symbol you can request to join. Just click on the plus sign on the right. The first symbol you see to the right of add a comment. You can click on that and join. For those who are joining, our topic today.
Does Shola want to go live and we all meet him in the live?
No, no. Where is the Shola to start with? So for those things, Shola, you become hot cake because of your comments. For those who are just joining, we're talking about shooting your shots, dating in the diaspora. Yeah, Shola, sorry. If you cannot join, we cannot help. We cannot come to your live. Why will we come to your live?
So we have know how we should come to your live, but you cannot just request to join. I don't understand.
We have a platform.
It's very difficult to join a live.
Well, you want to. How come you are able to go live? It's just simple. Everybody say request to join on their stuff, and you're not going.
Anyways, I guess he just wants to disrupt us. So let's move on from that. I guess this is really long. I don't know.
Exactly. So I don't think you're trying, because there's no way you would have seen. He said, "I wish I can request." He doesn't want to request.
Just joking with us, then.
Yeah. Yeah. Joy says she's not going anywhere. She doesn't.
Let me just.
She wants Wahala.
I have to get ready for tomorrow. Let me just say this. Let me just put this like as my own final word. I don't think it's bad for a lady to shoot a shot, but I discovered that it's just how the society sees it. But
what society now? What society?